Hello, everyone, and welcome to CharmHealth's Wednesday webinar series. Today's webinar is on Charm and Wellevate integration. My name is Ranjani Rangan, and I'll be your moderator. I'm pleased to introduce today's speaker, Dr. Jaclyn Chase, MD. She is part of the executive team at Wellevate, and today she's going to share how Charm integrates with Wellevate. Dr. Chase uses Charm and Wellevate. She will be showcasing both from the provider and the patient perspective. For those of you who are new to Wellevate, Wellevate is a turnkey alternative to in-office supplement dispensary. It helps practitioners recommend high-quality products to their patients, simplify ordering, and ultimately helps improve a patient's ability to follow their practitioner's recommended protocol. A lot of integrative health practitioners choose Wellevate to complement or replace their in-office dispensaries. So without any further ado, I'd like to kick things off by welcoming Dr. Chase.
Thank you so much, and thank you guys for joining us today. I've been a Charm user for about 5 years. I work with Emerson and Wellevate, and I also have a private practice. So I love the technology. I also was using Wellevate, so this integration is something I use regularly, and I'm so happy about it. It makes my life so much more easy and straightforward for myself, saving me a lot of time in practice. So before we dive into the integration, I will demo that for you. I want to just give you a little bit of an overview of who Emerson is in case you're not familiar with us as a company, what we offer, and a little bit about Wellevate before we get started. So, we know that a lot of practitioners recommend supplements to their patients, and they need a real trusted source to purchase them. And now you have the ability to do that through Wellevate with the integration with Charm. It can be hugely time-saving for you because you end up sending that recommendation to your patient in its exact form that you want them to take the products. And you do it right in the chart. So it makes it very quick and easy to implement that. The other benefit to you is that you have the opportunity to earn up to 35% as a margin on all of your patients' purchases that can then go back to funding critical, patient care incentives. Also, we have a very strong quality model. We've been around, this is actually our 40th anniversary. And so we've been involved with quality in supplements for quite a long time. I'm going to show you a little bit of kind of a cheat or a hack to help you identify the highest quality products in our catalog. But we really do make sure that the products are very high quality for our patients. And lastly, you get that key visibility as to what your patients are taking because you're able to actually see what they're purchasing and refilling or not refilling, which allows you and your staff to actually have real-time follow-up with patients if you start to see people that are falling off of their plan. And you really lose that insight if they're going online to buy from Amazon. What we tend to see as we start to see professional brands sell in the online marketplace or be available in the online marketplace, sometimes against their wishes, is that a lot of patients would shop elsewhere to try to save money. And that makes it really tough for you to have that insight. And of course, you're losing that revenue for your practice if all you offer is in office. So with Emerson, we have over 350 brands of dietary supplements. Probably if you recommend supplements today, we carry the brands that you're accustomed to recommending already. Some of the biggest ones like Pure Encapsulations, Vital Nutrients, Orthomolecular, Thorne, Metagenics, and many, many more. Like I said, over 350 brands. On top of dietary supplements, we also have personal care items. We focus on clean personal care, so shampoos and toothpaste and spa level skincare lines. A lot of that stuff is great for patients if you want to recommend or you're looking to clean up their lifestyle. You can make kind of these protocols that you'd share your favorite products with them to make it easy for them to modify their lifestyle if that's part of your treatment plan. I mentioned quality is key. It's such a big part of who we are as a brand. In fact, we produced a quality program before the FDA was regulating supplements to make it so that practitioners could actually see what brands were doing. We really value transparency. And so we invite all of our brands to become fully transparent with us around what they're doing for quality. Not everyone chooses to because some like to keep things behind the curtain, but we have about 40 brands right now in our quality program that go above and beyond the baseline of FDA requirements. Every brand we sell is compliant with the law. We do verify that. But then these brands go above and beyond, looking for things like top quality ingredients, how they test their products, and making sure that the actual formulas are clinically relevant and they're not doing things like label dressing, where they would include, for example, an ingredient format that's not readily available by the body, would be one thing. Or they include such small amounts of nutrients that it looks like a lot on the label, but when you look, you see, 25 milligrams of vitamin C, probably not enough to have a positive impact on your patient. So we do all that screening for you. And as you look on the Emerson website or within Wellevate, all of the brands that participate are here with our silver and gold insignia, so you can very quickly identify them. We also have a great medical advisory board across tons of different doctor types. People you might recognize, David Katz, he was the founder of Yale Preventive Medicine Center. He was there for several decades, and now he is working in the nutrition field. He's published over 200 research journals in the field of nutrition. Bob Sheeler, he's former head of family medicine at Mayo Clinic, and he actually is a functional doctor now doing functional neurology. Josh Axe is kind of a celebrity doctor, but he does a lot with nutrition and actually helping train our doctors to be better at marketing, something that he's very, very good at. And then Amy Bader and myself, naturopathic doctors. Dr. Bader focuses on dermatology and skincare, so she's really an expert that helps us build out that skincare line. And then Dave Toohill is actually a DC by background, but he's a marketing consultant for several practitioners and companies, and again, helping our practitioners become better in their businesses. So why would you think about an online dispensary? There's a couple reasons. One is revenue. So what we saw as Amazon and Pure Formulas and all these online sellers started to come into the marketplace with dietary supplements, you might have noticed this in your own clinic, is that our clinics were losing money, right? A lot of times patients will make their first purchase with you when they're in the office, but then for convenience, they want to go online to refill. So we knew that we had to help doctors be at that point of refill. And I'm going to show you a couple of things that we've done that make this even better for patients and even easier than going to Amazon. The second is compliance. We know that easy access to supplements is really required for patients to stay on their plan easily. We also offer auto refills that patients can sign up for. So the supplements actually get delivered to them on the right periodic basis, depending upon the dose they're using, and it makes it super easy for them to be compliant. Savings, this is savings for the patient. You can offer them a discount if you'd like to. In my practice, I offer 15% as a baseline or 10% as a baseline. That generally makes it so that when they buy through Wellevate, through my own dispensary, it's less expensive than if they're shopping online. And they appreciate that. And I still earn revenue from my practice. But more importantly, it can save you money as well. So if you're stocking products in your office, you have to deal with the space that you're paying for. And then the staff member, might be your time or a staff person who is keeping inventory, making sure you have orders in place. You might be drop shipping to patients, and that's a handling time plus a shipping fee. So there's a lot of credit card charges, all that stuff that's baked into your own expenses. So Wellevate can actually help you save money on that front. And then lastly, reducing waste. This can save money too, but there's no expired product because you get the freshest stuff out of our distribution centers, particularly things that can go bad like probiotics, and there's no returns. We handle all of that. So we handle all the questions from your patients, any administrative challenges, any returns, things like that. That comes to our team and not to your clinic. So a lot of benefits there. The thing that we're most proud of is we really made Wellevate the best patient experience. So the one thing I wish I could show you through my phone, but we have a patient-facing app, which is wonderful. It puts your treatment plans right in patients' hands. Now, when you use the Charm integration, this will also filter recommendations into the app. So what happens is when you send a recommendation, once the patient's downloaded Wellevate, it will actually pop a notification up on their phone to tell them that they've received a new recommendation from you. And they can click to view it. I'll show you in a couple slides. But they can view the details of the recommendation. They can see handouts you've included. So for example, if I share a shopping list with my patient through Wellevate, they can then see that shopping list right on their phone. All the supplements, the dosages, things like that. And they can also refill right here. And it will pop up notifications when they're due for a refill, so they can very easily place their order with 1 or 2 clicks. Super, super easy. Also, everything is branded with your own information. I will show you that, but we want Wellevate to really be in the background. Really, we say kind of powered by Wellevate, but this is your dispensary, your branding, down to your logo on the invoice, okay? This is very different from other dispensaries in the marketplace, so I will take a minute to just talk you through this. When you use Wellevate, the transaction exactly the same as it is if it was out of your office. And what I mean by that is when your patient places an order on Wellevate, what happens on the back end that they don't see is when they click order or submit, they are purchasing the products from you at the retail cost. And then at the same time, you are purchasing the products from Wellevate at the wholesale cost. And then you're left in your bank account that amount in between. Okay, so the nice thing about that is it's not that the patient's buying from us and we pay you a commission, which wouldn't be allowed. The patient's buying from you and you're simultaneously buying the product from us, and plus paying a service fee for the use of the platform. So from a legal standpoint, it's very clean. It mimics what you'd be doing in office. And the other nice thing about that is when the patient receives the invoice, it's actually buying from you. So this makes your clinic look bigger. It looks more professional because everything is you. You're not referring your patient to a third party to purchase. It's super easy to provide patient-specific instructions. This is the Wellevate kind of clicking tool to prescribe, but I'll show you it in Charm as well. And clinics can customize pricing. So you'll set a discount if you'd like to offer one for your entire clinic, but then on a per patient basis, you can adjust that. So for example, if I have a low income patient, I might move it so I make no profit and the full 35% is passed on to my patient as a discount. I do that for my friends and family too. They can order directly, but get that full discount there. So let's just show you the patient experience really quickly. This is when the patient would go to log in. They're dropped on a page that's customized for your clinic. So again, mine is Perfect Fertility is my clinic. You can see my photo, my contact information on the right-hand side, my logo up there. So from the very start, it's your brand. Then once the patient logs in, again, they're dropped in a place here with the recommendations front and center that I've ever sent them. The most recent recommendation is listed here, and they can very quickly click a button that says purchase now, and it'll drop them into the cart with all the products you've recommended already built in. So they don't have to do the shopping experience. All that is streamlined for them. You also have the opportunity, and patients do too, if you want to create that they can see other products that you like. You can see these are ones that I've added to my favorites, and I make it so that my patients can then shop for their own multivitamin or fish oil, things like that. You have the option to do that, and there's full navigation so patients can kind of browse there. The practitioner gets the control of how much they'd like to show to their patient. So if you want it to be only that they can purchase what you recommend, it's very easy to restrict to that. And connecting Wellevate and Charm is super easy. So you probably recognize this dashboard homepage. All you have to do is go in the upper right-hand corner to settings and click on that settings button. And then you'll see this section down here for Wellevate that I've circled. You click there, click the button to agree, and then you click choose your Wellevate account. It'll have you log into Wellevate here, or if you're new to Wellevate, you can also click create account, and it will guide you through that process and you'll have made the connection. So super, super easy. So just a reminder, if you have questions about Wellevate, feel free to enter them into the chat box and we will go through all of it at the end of the presentation. But really quickly, let me just kind of show you what it looks like from the practitioner's point of view. So this is my own Charm account. I'm gonna go, my poor husband gets all these emails because I use them for a demo all the time. But you select a patient and go to the dashboard. Now from here, what you'd want to do is click on the medications tab and then click to supplements. So this is where you'd normally recommend supplements. And when you click the add supplement box, you'll see you have the option to do it from Charm or to do it from Wellevate. So you would click Wellevate. And then here you can enter in the product that you want to search for. So let's say I want to add vitamin C. I can search here. It pulls up the most commonly recommended vitamin C products. If I wanted to filter it, you could filter by brand, for example. Maybe I wanted pure encapsulations. You can see them here, and then you can scroll down and choose what you want. So in this case, let me do the Pure Genomics Ultra Multi. So I'm going to click prescribe, and then you'll see this same prescribing tool that you're accustomed to utilizing. Here you can put in the dosage that you want. So I would want the patient to do 2 capsules, maybe 3 times per day. I don't really care about when, but you can select maybe with meals would be better for them. And then you can have an end date if you'd like to. And then you can also put any comments you need for that. And then you just click add and transmit to Wellevate. You click the button and you send. I will just note one thing on this screen here. It does, before you send it, it confirms the patient's discount. So the 20% is what I offer as a default. But let's say for Andrew, I wanted to charge him more or less. You can just click change and very easily adjust that here. Okay. And then you would click send. Now, right away, this multivitamin gets added to their chart. So it's part of their supplement regime. And then it also gets sent to Wellevate, and the patient would be pinged that they have a new supplement in their Wellevate account. So you can see that this is queued right here. It does run like every minute or so, so sometimes it takes a little bit for it to be transmitted, but very shortly it would transition to this transmitted electronically. Okay, so let me then show you the patient's experience. When the patient would log in, this is Andrew's account here, they can view all of their previous recommendations. They can view the product recommendation here. I'm going to try to just refresh this and see if the new ones come through yet. Not yet. So it'll take a couple minutes. I'll show you on my app because it will actually pop up momentarily. But the patient can actually click in here and view the instructions that I put in. Okay, so you can see the dosing here. This one was 1 cap once a day. Was my recommendation at the time when I had built this one. It's very easy for the patient to see previous recommendations as well. So maybe they need to reorder something. They don't need to call you to say, what was that B complex that you recommended? They can simply look back at previous recommendations and see them here. And if they want to reorder, they can click add to cart. And then they go through a very simple checkout process in their cart here. You can see it populated with the things they've added, and they would go through a standard checkout. Okay. So very easy process for the patient. The thing that's great about it is it's constantly connected to you and to your clinic. So it's very easy for that to stay front and center. So I do want to just jump back in to just briefly show you on my phone, which I have Andrew's account connected, see if we can get this to view here. On the very top here is the notification that would come through to the patient, which says a new recommendation. You have a new recommendation in Wellevate. And I'm not going to walk you through the experience there. Only it has Face ID for sign in. And then when the patient logs in, the newest recommendation is here. And it's very easy. This is everything they've ever ordered is right in front and center. But we make it super easy for patients to just get in there and get done what they need to do. And it's nice because that notification pops up. So it's very easy for them to just click and order. They can do it right in your office. So super, super easy to utilize. We do see that patients have a higher retention rate on supplements when they utilize Wellevate, meaning they do more refills before they would drop off a plan. So it can really have a big impact on your patient's health, your patient's compliance, and then also your bottom line as a way to gain additional kind of revenue for your practice. So that really brings us through the demo. I'm really happy to answer any questions that people have. Carrie Ann, if you want to just send them through to me, I'm very happy to answer them. Okay, so we got a question around what's the price of using Wellevate, the cost of using Wellevate. So the platform is actually free. There's no cost to sign up for Wellevate, and that includes the integration into Charm. There's no cost associated with it. What you end up paying when you utilize Wellevate is you only pay when the patients order, and we essentially add on a service fee. So what you would pay, let's say the patient buys a product that's $10 retail, the wholesale cost of that is $5 generally. So when the patient buys a $10 product, $5 of that would come to Wellevate, which is just the product cost. That's the same cost that you would pay if you were to buy it ahead of time and stock it on your shelf. And then there's a 15% service fee added. So the $3.50 for that one product would stay in your bank account. Doesn't sound like much, but it adds up to a lot when patients are ordering protocols, and products are obviously typically more than $10. That 15% includes the cost of the platform. It also includes the credit card processing fees. So right there, that's 3% that you would normally pay if you ran that transaction in your office. And then it covers the cost of the platform. So it does handle all of that on your behalf. So it works out to be about the same margin as you'd experience once you had to pay that and pay for the time to stock your practice. It pretty much is a wash from the practitioners who've utilized it. Okay, so the next question is around sales tax and what do we do about sales tax? So Wellevate actually handles all of the complexity of sales tax for you. So if you are in a state where you're required to collect sales tax, we get all that information for you up front when you register. And then we automatically calculate based upon the patient's zip code and the product type, because in some states, different kinds of products like a vitamin versus a shampoo might have a different level of sales tax. All that gets calculated on the back end. Your patient is charged the appropriate amount for sales tax, and we actually retain that almost like in an escrow account, and then we pay it to the state on your behalf. So you don't need to do any kind of, I think you do need to file like a $0 for the Wellevate sales, but everything would have already been collected, held, and paid to the state on your behalf. So we take care of that. So it's super easy. It's not even something that you really have to think about. Well, seeing that there are no more, we'll wrap up and save you the rest of the time today. But thank you so much for joining. I hope that you are excited about utilizing Wellevate. And if you want to get started, click that account sign up piece, or you can go to wellevate.me and get signed up there. The account setup process is easy, and we have an awesome concierge team who really gives white glove service to help you every step of the way. And if you have any other questions, you can always ask to speak with me. So thank you guys so much.